Guys, welcome to a new video. Today is my last full day in Barcelona. I'm leaving tomorrow and I'm in the midst of a kind of packing drama. If you can see behind me, my suitcase is open and I started this process today as of this morning. I've just been going very slowly over the last several hours, feeling like just getting my life packed again into 2 suitcases. And I don't know if you feel this way too, but I always find packing really stressful. Especially because on this trip, I brought half as much stuff as last time, but I've been staying twice as long. And even through that though, I realized that I brought way too many clothes and things that I really haven't worn and didn't need. I just always think, oh my God, I need so many different options. But the reality is I end up not even doing that much. And so all of these cute clothes that I brought along, they really didn't get a great moment to shine. But regardless, I'm just trying to get my life together, and I just thought this might be a fun time to chat with you, give you my final thoughts on my over a month in Barcelona, and I'm also really excited about where I'm headed next. So let me sit down, put this camera on a surface, and let's have a chat. So this is what my current situation is. I only brought one checked suitcase with me and one quite small carry-on. And I don't feel like I shopped that much this trip. I bought 2 pairs of sneakers out of necessity because I came here all with ridiculous shoes. They're not useful for walking. And one I bought in Madrid that were these cool trendy brand, and then they were really uncomfortable also, I discovered as I was walking about. So when I got to Barcelona, I ended up having to buy a pair of New Balance sneakers, and that's all that I have worn in the last month that I've been here, save a couple nights going out to a restaurant or something. So I obviously don't want to get rid of the shoes that I bought, so I'm trying to figure out in a Tetris kind of way how to make all of my stuff now fit in these suitcases, and I've realized I have to sacrifice a few things as well. But I don't know, I think that the reason I have basically devoted this whole day to packing really slowly is because, frankly, I'm kind of excited to be leaving Barcelona. If you guys watched my previous video, you heard me talk about the things that I don't really like so much about this city, and then the experience that I had of being attacked in the street, which has since then just made me so paranoid about going out. For example, today I was thinking, do I want to return the bicycle that I bought secondhand to the shop because they would give me 35% back? But the bike was really cheap. The bike was only 85 euros. So it became a situation of, do I want to go all the way down to that old town in the Gothic Quarter where I bought it and very close to where I was robbed for the value of 25 euros? And the reality is I don't. And I think a lot of that, again, is just the trauma of what I went through in that area and just not feeling safe. The last thing I would want is to get robbed on the day before I'm leaving Barcelona. So anyway, I don't know. I just have found it to be a bit strange here. I think it has to do a lot with this particular Airbnb apartment where I've been staying, the fact that it is on the 7th floor of a walk-up building. And at first I didn't think it would affect me that much because I'm fit, I thought, okay, I can handle that. But the reality is it is quite draining, and it limits the amount of spontaneity that I have. The fact that I don't want to have to go down and back up 7 flights of stairs several times a day. So I find myself trying to be strategic about when I go out and what I'm going to accomplish in that time so I can do several things at once. And having to carry up these 8-gallon or 8-liter bottles of water, that probably weigh at least 15 pounds up 7 flights of stairs. I swear I have not had to do legs at the gym for the entire time that I've been here. I just do my upper body because the life of living on the 7th floor is so athletic as it is that I don't have to go to the gym for my legs to be tired. Tomorrow I will be flying to Amsterdam. I'm really excited because I have never been to the Netherlands before, and it's my birthday coming up in a few days. Obviously these videos are posted usually a few weeks after my real life. So by the time you watch this, I will already be another year older, which is a whole other depressing subject. But I thought, what better place to be, I don't know, than Amsterdam. I just was really excited to go and see somewhere I've never been before, and everybody says they love Amsterdam. So I can't wait. My flight tomorrow leaves around 1 in the afternoon, so I should have like not too stressful of a morning. I think that my biggest stress and what I've been honestly anxious about for the past several days is the fact that I need to bring these suitcases down the 7 flights of stairs by myself. Obviously, I can't do that in one trip, so that means like taking this giant one down 7 flights of stairs and coming back up 7 flights of stairs and then bringing the rest of the stuff down. And that, I'm sure by the time I find a taxi, I'm gonna be drenched in sweat. And anyway, that's it. I've got to get back to my packing slowly but surely. I have no idea how long this is gonna take, but by tomorrow I will be ready. Like most airports in Europe these days, Barcelona was also suffering from staff shortages, which meant that there were pretty crazy long lines just about everywhere. However, if you're flying in business class, first class, or have priority access, the line through security was really, really fast and easy. I arrived at the lounge a bit after 11 a.m. to find it not too crowded. The breakfast buffet was spread out and included traditional Spanish fare, as well as a selection of cheeses and meats, along with yogurt and fresh juices. This being Spain, there was also a ton of wine and cava options. If you've been to Spain, you know it's always wine o'clock. Well, here I am again back at the airport, and let me say the hardest part is behind me. For the last several days, I have been thinking about how I was going to bring down my suitcases 7 flights of stairs, and it wasn't as bad as I had built it up in my mind. I took it one step at a time, one floor at a time. I started with the big suitcase, then went back upstairs and brought everything back down. Obviously, by the time I got in the taxi, I was pretty drenched in sweat. But take a deep breath, because I made it. I'm here in the Sala VIP, the airport lounge, and I am flying business class today on KLM to Amsterdam. And I'm really glad, of course, I'm always happy when I fly business class, but especially because there was such a long line through security for the regular check-in, for the regular security. But with the business class flight, you get the priority access, and that was so quick, except they made me go through like twice. One time because I didn't take the iPad out of the backpack, and the second time because I was walking through with my sombrero. So other than that, though, it was pretty easy experience at the airport. The hardest part was finding this lounge. I was walking around and around in circles. There's like hardly any signs for it, but it's a huge lounge. I'm in Terminal 1, which I think serves mostly the Schengen area. It's really big, so I'm actually in this like really nice enclosed area, which makes me less self-conscious about talking to the camera. And there's a lot of space and a lot of beverages. Food service, not great, but it was pretty early in the day, like it's still kind of a breakfast service. So yeah, my flight is going to board in about an hour's time, and then it's 2 hours or so to Amsterdam. I'm really excited. I've never been to Amsterdam before. I'm staying at the Soho House, which is right in the center of the city, and that's another thing I'm really excited about because I am traveling alone, but the Soho House generally attracts a really cool crowd, so hopefully I can meet some people while I'm there and be social. It is my birthday in a few days, and I don't exactly have plans for that. I know one friend in Amsterdam, so we'll see how everything goes, but I don't know how much is worth to film, honestly, for the flight to Amsterdam, because it's a business class, like, European flight, and that means that there's, like, nothing exciting about it. It's just a regular seat that you sit in front. So, really, though, I think that it's always worth flying business class when you can afford it, mostly for the priority access and also to be able to chill out in the lounge. This flight, I redeemed 25,000 Delta Sky Miles, and I think I paid like $30 on top of it for this flight, and otherwise I think it would have cost quite a lot. I think the flights were like 400 or 500 euros in business class for this one-way Barcelona to Amsterdam. So the Delta Sky Miles, I had already some accrued, and then I just also transferred from American Express. So, still have so many points in miles, which have brought me all over the world now, several times around, all in business class. If you guys want me to do a video about that, I can, but I feel like there's so much information already, and basically my strategy doesn't pertain to everyone because I own a business, so all of my business expense is on credit cards, and that's why I'm able to accrue so much. If you don't have a business, it can be a bit harder, though not impossible. So, anyway, I'm enjoying a glass of, I don't know if this is champagne or cava or prosecco or whatever it is, but celebrating the fact that I made it alive up and down those 7 flights of stairs for the last month. As I mentioned, the only defining feature of intra-European business class is that the middle seat is empty, which was perfect for my sombrero. While I have low expectations for these short-haul flights, I was actually delighted by the KLM lunch service, which featured proper glassware, champagne, and a surprisingly tasty tabbouleh salad. Also, look at how cute these salt and pepper clog shakers are. After a healthy juice and another glass of champagne, we began our descent into Amsterdam.